Nice to meet you.
And is that, do you know if that's in car?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Peace be upon you. In the name of God, the most gracious, ever merciful, we have gathered here this afternoon to talk about serving God through serving humanity. We thank all of you for being here and sparing time out of Father's Day. We have a wonderful panel of speakers, and I greatly appreciate the time and effort. All these speakers have a long and strong record of social services, and we are really grateful for them to be grateful of them to be here. We would like to start the program with the recitation of the Holy Quran, and I would like to request Mudassir Abedeji Saab, who's the Director of Education for Ahmadiyya Muslim Community.
كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله ولو آمن أهل الكتاب.
Invite Taha Sheikh, the Director of Social Services, to please give the translation of the recited verses.
Assalamu alaikum. The verses just recited were Surah Al-Imran, which is chapter 3 of the Holy Quran, verse 111. Surah Al-Nisa, which is chapter 4, verse 37. And Surah Al-Dahar, chapter 76, verses 9 and 10. The translation is as follows. You are the best people, raised for the good of mankind. You enjoin what is good and forbid evil, and believe in Allah. And if the people of the book had believed, it would surely have been better for them. And worship Allah, and associate not with Him, and show kindness to the parents.
Face our proud flag. Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Before I invite the esteemed panelists to address the topic, I would like to introduce the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. This is a dynamic, reformist, and fast-growing international movement within Islam. Founded in 1889, the community spans 200 countries with membership exceeding tens of millions. Ahmadiyya Muslim Community USA was established in 1920 and is the first American Muslim organization. It is the only Islamic organization to believe that the long-awaited Messiah has come in the person of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian, India. Ahmad's advent has brought about an unprecedented era of Islamic revival. He divested Muslims of fanatical beliefs and practices by vigorously championing Islam's true and essential teachings of love, peace, harmony, and coexistence.
Today, because the hand of friendship has been reached out to me by Ahmadiyya Muslims in New York, in Queens, here in Hallandale, in Florida, and I understand how important your group is, and I know something about the history of persecution, and that the Hadrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, and you follow him, you have taken the true path. The Holy Quran says, "O ye who believe, be steadfast in the cause of Allah, bearing witness in equity, and let not a people's enmity incite you to act otherwise than with justice. Be always just. That is nearer to righteousness, and fear Allah. Surely Allah is aware of what you do." How much of your Quran and our Tanakh, the Hebrew Bible, teach the similar idealism? As the prophet Jeremiah said, "All that the Lord doth require of thee is to do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with thy God." And
thank you very much, Rabbi Wall. Now we move along, and I would like to invite next guest, Reverend Ronald Brummett, President of Miami Rescue Mission, Broward Outreach Center.
Start out by saying this is something that should be on the positive side of the spin of the news cycle. This is something that should be said on CNN and CBN and Fox Network and the newspapers, but this kind of thing that's happening is coming together for one purpose: to serve those in the greatest of needs of our community. You're not going to get much press coverage out of it. They just don't want to. They don't want to admit that people can come together of different various ethnic backgrounds and religious beliefs and do something great for their communities, do something great for those in the greatest of needs. And so I'm very honored here to be here tonight. I'm so thankful for what the Muslim community has been doing. I've known you now for 3 or 4 years. Never really had that lunch with you. But to come out and to be a part of serving those in the greatest of need in our center in Hollywood. And to see that people do care about their neighbor.
Is Lama Karma Chotso. The Venerable Lama Karma Chotso began her study and practice of Tibetan Buddhism in 1982. She's based in South Florida and gives frequent lectures. She has been a member of the board of directors of the Interfaith Conference of Greater Hollywood for many years. She has also been a professional volunteer chaplain for hospice care of Broward County. I welcome Lama Karma Chotso.
Thank you so much for having me. This is really enjoyable to be here tonight. And also, it's just wonderful to hear about your organization, which honestly, I didn't know about. And it's great to meet some new friends and also to see some old friends here tonight. I was told that tonight to talk a little bit about how to serve God through serving humanity. And in Buddhism, of course, we have some pretty specific techniques for doing that. And so I will share a little bit of that with you tonight. One of the things that we talk about in Buddhism is that there is not another being on this earth who doesn't have Buddha nature. And Buddha nature means that you have the potential to be the Buddha yourself. You have the potential for complete, total enlightenment in your own mind. We all do. So whenever you serve someone else, we always think that we are also, through serving humanity, we're serving the Buddha. Through serving humanity, we are serving God. How else does one do it?
sisters, and distinguished panel members. It's an honor for me to be here today. And at the very outset, let me wish you a happy Father's Day. And also, on this Father's Day, I'd like to salute the universal Father, the Father of all of us, who does not see us as Hindus and Muslims and Jews and Christians and Sikhs. He sees us as his children. But I will just mention one thing for everybody here. The most common misrepresentation is the Hindus have thousands and thousands of gods. Brothers and sisters, that's not true. Hindus are not only a monotheistic faith, it is a monistic faith, which means at the core belief, Hindus believe that it's not that there is just one God. It is just there is nothing but the God. Everything else that you see is but an expression of that one God. This universe and all its aspects and all its manifestations are expression of that one God. And some might say, but well, we go to temples, we talk to Hindus, they do have a lot of gods. Are you lying? I'm not lying. All that people pray is innumerable aspects and facets of that one single universal principle, one God.
Buddhists believe in humanity. We believe that each human being is precious and important, and that all have the potential to develop into an enlightened being by replacing hatred, anger, spite, and jealousy with love, patience, generosity, and kindness. The basic principles of Buddhism teach that life is suffering, that there is a cause of this suffering, and it is possible to put an end to this suffering by living a moral life, which entails conscious restraint of bodily and verbal action.
I'm the executive director of the Peacemaker Family Center at Trinity Church. Serving God through serving humanity comes from a core understanding that God is our creator. And as our creator, he had a plan for that creation. And it included creating all that we see. Every plant, animal, the stars, everything that we consider nature and creation, God created it. And God also created humans, man and woman. And if you ever have the occasion to read the book of Genesis, we consider that part of our Old Testament in the Bible. And God says over and over, everything that he created, that it was good. That it was good. And when he finished creation, he looked around and he said, it's very good. And inside of that beginning of our Holy Scripture, the book of Genesis, it made sense to me that God also, in creating, established some relationships that were very important. The relationship between God and creation, God and humanity.
Good afternoon. First of all, I do like to thank the organizers today, Ahmadiyya Muslim Community of Miami chapter, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He said that in August 1957. He says, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are we doing for others? Here is a picture of a family who is living in a rubble of their home destroyed by devastating Haitian earthquake of 2010. So when you see this family, you can do two things. One, you can just watch the TV and pray for them, or you can do something about it to the rest of the world. So what should we do as Muslims? What we should do as a fellow human beings? So I just gave a couple of quotes from the Holy Quran and the saying of the Holy Prophet. The Holy Quran says, I was indisposed, but you did not visit me. He would say, O my Lord, how could I visit you as you are the Lord of the world? Thereupon Allah would say, did you not know that such and such slave of mine was ill, but you did not visit him? Did you not realize that if you would have visited him, you would have found its reward with me? Then he would say, O son of Adam, I asked food from you, but you did not feed me. Here are the women and children in this picture from Kimagai village. They walked 4 miles to get water from this clean water source that's in Tanzania. So does it really matters that women and children has to walk 4 miles on an average to get clean?
After hearing all that, how to serve humanity, so he's walking across and he sees on the other side a little boy trying to ring a bell in a house. So he's watched him for a couple of minutes, the boy jumping, he could not reach the bell. So finally he goes down, let me help you, so he rings the bell. He asked the child, now what? He said, now run for your life. The thing it teaches us is how to be one, how to help each other, and how to solve, how to be enlightened. They always is in praise of God. I would be showing this slide in a second. And the other thing which was in those times, if everybody knows, and even reverends will know, that even in America, the women were not given the right till 1920. Am I right? In India, our Guru, in 1969, after 1969, he has a passage in our Guru Granth Sahib which says that it is a woman which gives birth, it is a woman you marry, it is a woman who is the cause of your prosperous of this heritage. It is a woman, if she dies, you friend a woman, and then it is a woman who produces a person who will be your king tomorrow.
Radio show called Mission Possible, the Good News program, and it kind of does the same thing as it tries to bring the community together. So even though it's sponsored by the Miami Rescue Mission and Broward Outreach Centers, but we want to educate the public that there are many people doing good things in this community. And we don't have to be all about ourselves. We can be about each other. And so when we air this show every Sunday morning from 9 to 10 on WIOD 610 AM, it's called Mission Possible, the Good News program. It's all about good news. It's about good news of helping your community, about helping each other. And so we highlight every Sunday 1 or 2 different organizations or people. It doesn't have to be an organization. You could be just one person that's doing good in the community. So I definitely want to let you know that I really enjoyed when you were on the program, and you need to come back. You know, we've all been talking about God and how we all believe in God. Do you believe that God can change your plans? Yes. Well, God just changed my whole message.
The first illustration I'd like to share with you of serving God through serving humanity is the concept of establishing mosques around the world. Excuse me. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community has built and established 15,000 mosques, 510 schools, and over 30 hospitals in 195 countries around the world. Now, it is well known that mosques serve as a core sanctuary for where believers assemble to worship God collectively in order to cultivate a consistent, living relationship with the Almighty. The mosque is also available daily for the offering of the 5 daily prayers. Excuse me. In addition, the mosque is a required venue for the weekly Friday service, which is essential for the spiritual requirements for all Muslims. However, many of you may not be aware that the mosque has historically served as another important purpose, and that is mosques serve also as a vital community hub and center by which all of our local, regional, national, and international service projects for humanity are planned, they are coordinated, and launched from the mosques. Just as mosques serve as the nucleus for our spiritual development, our mosques serve as a center to where our social service projects are developed.
I say this in conclusion that after listening to these wonderful speakers, it becomes clear that they are all committed and working towards the same goal. Despite adhering to different faiths and traditions, they are unanimous in their effort to serve God, without an iota of doubt that they are convinced that in order to fulfill their obligation to God, they have to take care of God's creatures. Their faiths beautifully equip them to fulfill this responsibility. Goodness doesn't always come easy. However, as we have all witnessed in our personal lives many a times, that no single act of goodness ever goes to waste.
So, Chaplain Andres, how do you feel about the program today?
Oh, I was just very blessed to be here today, and thank you for your invitation to come and to hear all the speakers, to share from different faith perspectives, but to really share from their hearts and their spirit what it means to serve God and through serving humanity today. And it was just a true blessing to be here to hear them.
Wonderful. What do you think that as different communities coming together, do you think that is this the real need at this time while the world has so many things going on?
Oh, my brother. What a need. What a need. In every aspect of life. Certainly, as you and I know, as we've worked together in palliative care and in hospice care, the need for people to come and bring a sense of dignity and care and respect, in our case to patients, but it's true in so many other walks of life as well. And to see that we can have an understanding among different groups, among different religious groups, to really recognize that what undergirds all of us is the same. It was spoken so many ways and so well today. I can't even say it again, but I think this is such a need for the world, and I'm so glad again that you invited me to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.